Hello, I'm going to talk about the second semi-final. I am filming this on Friday, just before Shabbat. It's like 6 o'clock, 6:30. Well, not just before. Shabbat comes in at like 8:30, but whatever. And a lot has happened today in the Eurovision world, and we're still waiting to kind of find out what's going to happen tomorrow, because we have no idea. But I'm gonna talk about the notes from yesterday as if today hasn't happened, because I wrote the notes from yesterday as if today hadn't happened. So we're just gonna go through it, alright? So, as soon as it started, I wrote, I love them singing Tattoo, and especially the changed lyrics. I thought that was very funny. I loved the France joke. That was brilliant. Genius. Loved it. And right, this is where the controversy is going to start, but I was happy to see someone in the audience waving an Israeli flag, because I was worried there was just going to be no support whatsoever for her. And I was happy to see that there was something. Alright, then we start with Malta. And as soon as it started, the moment it started, I wrote, did someone say burlesque? Then I wrote cool body stairs, because they made stairs out of their bodies and she climbed it. It was very cool. Then I wrote, love the dancers. Oh, yes. I wrote about the dance break. Flip, what? This is a show. I don't love the song, but it's a performance. Yes, high note and riff. It sold me, yes, yes, yes. Albania, nice dancing. It's not bad, but no wow factor. Greece, yes, I was so happy to see you are the one, you're my number one. I was very happy. That was in the postcard. I don't like this style of singing when she started, that sort of high falsetto almost sound, but it was impressive and I could acknowledge that it was impressive. I liked the performance and her attitude. She had a lot of attitude in a good way, and I loved all the Greek hints and influences. Switzerland, I've heard really good things about Nemo, so I'm very curious. I like the start. This is interesting, but again, it's a performance. When I say interesting, I don't really know what that means. It's just it's a comment. He seems to have really good vocal control. I loved the set piece. It was very clever and impressive, the little round spinny top. I don't see it winning though. People, from what I've heard, people love this and say it's one of the top few to win. But I just didn't feel like it was a winning song. But like I said in the other video, I didn't think Arcade was a winning song and it won. I definitely didn't think, 1984? Whichever song it was that Jamala sung, I did not think that was a winning song. So I'm not the best to judge. And then I said very impressive when he did the lean back while it was spinning. That was very cool. Czech Republic, cool use of the ceiling. Fire! Like the lyrics and maybe even the music, but something's not working for me. It just didn't click, even though it had elements that I enjoyed. Oof, the clip got me. Oh, when it did it had a video of a relationship and it got me. And then I said, strong big note. Intermission, when she mentioned the Norwegian singer, I was absolutely expecting Alexander Rybak, and I was very upset that he wasn't there, but I'm hoping he'll make an appearance in the grand final. Now, I've got something here about Finland and also Norway, and I laughed at it. Obviously a joke was said about Finland and Norway. I don't know. Then I said, yes, Holland reference, because they spoke about Ding a Dong, and I was very happy about that. And then, yes, another France reference, because they did the France again. France, excellent song choices. Now again, like with the first semi-final, with the songs that are not actually performing in the first semi-final, only in the grand final, sorry, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say, I hope. The songs that are only performing in the grand final, but that still performed in the semi-finals, I've tried to not pay as much attention to them so that it's more of a surprise for the grand final. But I wrote excellent song choices for the postcard. France should have won. Oh, that was when they were talking about, Voila, 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 qui je suis, whatever. Nice song, probably will listen to more, which is always a good thing. Even if it's not a winner or a standout, if I'm gonna listen to it, just in my day-to-day life, that's good. And then I wrote, wow, a cappella bit, brilliant. Austria, they showed Rise Like a Phoenix and I was very excited. And then the commentators said that it had been 10 years and I was like, that is disgusting. I wrote, 10 years since Conchita, excuse me. Cool diamond, I think there was a diamond floating above her head. Fun dance, yes, I like the choreography. Excellent choreography and videography. And that's it for that one. Denmark, first comment, another box. People are obsessed with boxes in Eurovision. The audience was not clapping on the beat, and it was really annoying me. Although I feel like that was in an intermission bit, wasn't it? Or maybe it happened again. I think it was an intermission. I don't know, I could be wrong. Then I wrote, how does she have so much sand? And then I wrote, must be a nightmare to clean the stage after her. Right, Armenia was an experience. And I'm gonna just tell you what I wrote, and then we'll talk about it a bit more. Costume, whistle, traditional, which I like. Love the musicians' facial expressions. Nice big note, good control. Love the musicians. I just like this for the performance. So I wasn't sure about it when it started, but it really grew on me, and I loved, it felt authentic. I don't know if it was actually Armenian, style, but it felt authentic, and I loved the attitude of everyone on stage, and it was just fun, and it was like a Moldova entry, really. It made me happy. Intermission. I could not believe that most ticket buyers were from the UK. I was surprised about that. Then I said the languages. That's just all I wrote. And then they said something about, for all the German speakers, and they showed one set of German speakers, and then they showed someone holding a Belgian flag, and I just had to laugh at that. Latvia. Normal song, but good voice, and probably will listen to more. I like the wheel, but why? Love the tree design that was in the background. I do really like the song, but just basic. Oh my goodness, the tears, because he was really close to crying at the end, and that gets me. Spain, all I wrote was not wowed about so far, but again, I wasn't really watching it or listening to it. San Marino, of course they showed Valentina, because she has represented San Marino, I think 4 times or something. Like the costume, I liked the pink and black. Don't like the song, but I like them and the madness of it and the chaos and the energy. It wasn't something that blew me away, but I enjoyed the madness of it. For Georgia, when the postcard show, I was so excited to see Warrior, because I still listen to it. In fact, I was listening to it today. And then I wrote, like the background and the dancers. Then for Belgium, the first thing I wrote was, here we go, because Belgium is one of the countries I always support just out of loyalty. I have family from Belgium, it's neighbouring to Holland, we speak the same language, half of us, half of them. So just every year, it's a country I go for. Then I wrote lots of microphones, and I don't even think they were used during the performance. I don't know what they were symbolising, but I don't know. Love the glitter. And then I wrote, oh, I don't think this is going to go through though. Sad face. Estonia. This is interesting. And then as a separate point, but Eurovision. And then I have no idea what's happening, but I think I'm for it. Italy. They mentioned that she was the first woman in 10 years to represent Italy, and I thought that was insane. Then I wrote cool costumes and design. I think I like it. I like the a cappella. Fire! Then Israel. And I wrote, okay, here we go. Very nervous. Can love it. Oh, because it was can no la da ti can da 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 da. And then Viva la Vida, I was also very excited by. Then I said cool opening pose. Oh, people, because 5 or 6 dancers came, well, must have been 5 dancers came round. Moving song. I liked the dancers a lot, and I just wrote, bless her. I thought it was an okay song. I think it was a nice song. It was moving. It was very moving. It didn't blow me away. Apparently at the moment it's in number 2 to win, and I don't expect that. But I'm glad she got up there and performed. For the intermission, the next intermission, the presenters said, it's up to you now to vote. And then the commentators, our British commentators said, that's false, because obviously we can't vote. But there was just something about the way they said it that was really funny to me. Then for Norway, they finally showed Alexander, and I wrote, Alexander, I love that man. And then I wrote, this is something. All right. And then Holland, I wrote, he looks great. It's in Dutch. Amazing. I love this. I love the lyrics. The bird. This is amazing. These lyrics are perfect. I'm so happy. I love this so much. I'm so proud. This is incredible. Wow. Oh my goodness, for his father. I'm sobbing. This is incredible. I'm in shock. That was so good. I always root for Holland. It's my home country. And we usually do fairly reasonably well in Eurovision. I think we've only not qualified once, maybe in the last 10 years. And we're usually in the top sort of 10, or at least near. It's rare that we do badly, I would say. But I don't always think we deserve to be where we are. Some years I do, absolutely, but not always. And this was a song where I felt so proud of it. I felt like if this wins, we deserve it. It's like Toy from Israel, although I'm sure they'd be fuming if I compared them to that. It was energetic, it was fun, and then it was moving, and it was in Dutch, but it still managed to convince everyone in the audience to love it. How they've done that, I've no idea. And for the people who don't speak Dutch, I hope they've looked up the lyrics, because I think the lyrics are so beautiful, and to me, they're so me. Like, it's all about how Europe is home, basically. And that is always how I felt, and that's why I came back after living in Australia for however many years, and despite my family still being in Australia. So I just really related to it. All right, then again, I wrote down what I wanted and what I expected. So for my wants, I had Holland, Israel, Belgium, Malta, Austria, Armenia, Latvia with a question mark, Estonia with a question mark, and Greece with a question mark. And for my expected, I had Malta, Greece, Switzerland, Austria, Latvia, Georgia, Estonia, Norway, and Holland. And we'll come back to how I did after. For the intermission, I wrote, I loved the sing-along, but they were so behind. I'm sure that it probably had a delay or something in their ears, but they were not singing right. And then she came out, I can't remember, Helena, I think her name is. And I wrote, she's here. This is so fun. I love this. Yes, ABBA. Love the callbacks to past themes. They said something about building bridges and whatever the other things were that they said that were references to past years' themes. And I don't know if everyone picked up on it, but I did. Then I wrote, Petra is singing, woo! She said something about recycle the host, and I thought that was brilliant. And then I just wrote, this is brilliant. I love this. And then she said, non-political, of course. And I went, making fun of the juries, brilliant. They did a whole section where they made fun of them. This is hilarious, and that was in terms of the finish interval act. The fake finish interval act. And then I wrote, I'm glad he's back, about the cha-cha-cha. Was waiting for a comparison to Ireland. I was surprised we hadn't heard that yet. And then it was time for the voting, and I wrote, here we go. And at this point, I actually filmed myself. So enjoy that, and we'll be back after. Surely Holland will go through, surely.
Latvia! Dons has done it! They've qualified twice since
Fair
2009.
enough.
Last time was 2016. Austria! Austria,
Of course.
qualified for the... Netherlands! Netherlands have done it! Yes, Klein is through to Saturday's grand final, along with the chicken. Well done, Joost. Also competing on Saturday.
These flags are very satisfying.
Norway!
Okay.
Are through.
I did guess that, but I didn't want it.
15 years since Alexander Rybak won the contest with Fairy Tale. Still no
15 years, that's disgusting.
Still no Georgia.
The popcorn.
Israel! Israel are through.
They've done it.
They've qualified 6 times in their last 10 appearances in
Wow.
the semi-finals. Noah Carell finished 3rd last year.
Wasn't expecting that.
Greece!
Thought as much.
Estonia!
Oh yeah.
Are through.
I'm doing well so far.
Final on Danny Minogue. A lot
I don't even need to be nervous anymore. I want Armenia to go through.
Switzerland!
Of course.
They've done it. Still no Georgia. Malta.
Please, Armenia. Armenia and Malta, I think, are my two.
Georgia! There she is.
Oh, okay.
Malta.
Yeah.
Well,
It's going to be Malta. Armenia's not going to go through, and I'm going to be gutted.
on the board. Still no Denmark. Still no Belgium. No Czechia. San Marino.
I really want Armenia to go through.
Malta or Armenia? Who's it?
Oh, what Czech it could be.
Wow. Okay.
I wasn't expecting that,
Take the final
but
place
I'm very
in
happy.
today's grand final.
Traditional. We like traditional. So, as I may have said in that clip, in the end, I got 7 out of 9 that I wanted, and 8 out of 9 that I guessed, which is pretty good. And then the only other thing I wrote was at the end, I don't think they had something after the first semi-final, I don't remember it, but the second semi-final they had the Digaloo Digalay people, and I loved it. And I don't think I've ever watched that performance, or at least I don't remember it. And I loved the way they performed it this time. I don't know if they did the same thing or if it was different, but I really enjoyed it. So those are my notes from the second semi-final. It is 6:42 on Friday, and we're still waiting to hear what's happening with Holland, what's happening with Eurovision, what's happening tomorrow, what's happening tonight, because there's a jury vote or show tonight. And I just hope it all goes away. As in, I hope that Joost performs, the Dutch person. I hope that Eurovision goes ahead as it should. And then I hope that next year we can just reset and everything can stop being political again. And we can all just be friends and happy. And yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of Eurovision, or at least of the second semi-final. We'll have different spaces for each, hopefully, each final. And I'll see you all later. Bye!